Hello, welcome to Violet Shadow Tarot. We are going to be doing a pick a card reading today that is asking the question of what is blocking me on my path right now. So I am going to go ahead and pull the 3 cards that we are going to be looking at to choose our piles from. So let's see what those are first. Right, so the first card we have is the Forest. There's too many in that. This one would like to come out. Second card we have is the King. And then the third card we have to choose from is the River. Okay, so I will let you see these. Kind of take a look at them and see what you're called to. So this is pile number 1, the Forest. And it is a dreary day outside, so the lighting in here is a little bit weird, but it is going to have to work. Then the King. Pile number 2. And then the final card is the River. So this will be pile number 3. So take a second, see which one you're called to. If you're called to multiple cards, that is perfectly fine. I will go ahead and do a section where we will be picking the cards and shuffling for each pile. And then I'll also have the timestamps in the description if you just want to go ahead and start your reading itself. So I will see you there. All right, so here we're going to be shuffling for all 3 piles. See what comes out. Pile number 1. What is blocking pile number 1? Pile number 2. Pile number 3. Pile number 1. Pile number 2. Pile number 3. Pile number 1. Blockages for pile number 1. Pile number 2. And pile number 3. right, pile number 1. Pile number 2. Pile number 3. Pile number 1. Actually, we're going to do that for pile number 2 since it fell right there. Pile number 1. Pile number 3. All right, and pile number 1. Blockages for pile number 1. Blockages, pile number 1. Pile number 2. Pile number 3. Okay. So here we are with our piles for 1, 2, and 3. I'll go ahead and I will get everything all set and ready for the readings, and then we will get right into them shortly. Go ahead and go to the timestamp for your video, and your reading will start there. All right, pile number 1, welcome to your reading. If you picked the Forest as your card, let us look and see what your other cards are. All right, Manifestation. What is blocking pile number 1? Opposition. The Salamander and Black Pepper. Inspiration. The Corn. Third House Communication. Temptation. And your last card. So we have the throat chakra, but that is in reverse. Okay. So the message here that I'm getting, so the blockage on your path, it looks like you are trying to manifest or to bring forward something into your life, and you're not having the best luck. Like, you're not actually seeing what you would like to be seeing coming forward to you. You don't feel like what you're trying to manifest is actually going to arrive for you. The card of the Corn is about the harvest. So what you would see there is, evidence of what you are, the effort that you're putting in actually paying off. But I don't think that you are actually seeing that. And part of the problem is possibly that you're not seeing the ways that it actually is. The stages are actually setting forward, and your manifestations are on the way, but they're not on the way that you would think that they are. So it's not necessarily something that you could see yet. Um, and it having the communication card, the third house communication card here, and then having the throat chakra in reverse, it looks like you may be blaming yourself in terms of like you don't believe that the way that you're asking and manifesting is possibly coming out correctly. So your your process of bringing these things into your life, whatever that may be for you, it doesn't look like you actually have faith in yourself to do that, and have faith that you can actually see what is coming in as it's coming in. It's not as easy when you're manifesting as asking for something and then it just landing, you seeing results immediately. It takes a while, and it doesn't present itself in the way that you kind of expect it to. Now you have inspiration and opposition. So you may be working towards manifesting something, but there also might be in your life, in your environment, surrounding energies or surrounding individuals or surrounding situations that are also making it difficult. Um, but I also feel like very strongly that you may be kind of seesawing back and forth between feeling very inspired and feeling very powerful and feeling very, like believing in everything, but then kind of falling back down and getting frustrated when, you don't think that what you're actually putting in is creating anything for you. So the forest card itself, this sort of energy, think about being in a forest, and we can think about the light aspects and the dark aspects, or like a high vibration and a low vibration, whichever way kind of resonates with you most. If you're in a forest and you're looking at it in a high vibration, or a positive like light, it's like it's the wonder, it's the attachment to the forest, and like when you were a child, you could look at every little thing and create every little thing. Like you'd pick up sticks and you can make a place setting on a log, and it's like the imagination and the wonder that comes from that. That's like a positive, like what could be there, and creating what could be there, like through your own imagination and play. But in a darker density, in a darker energy, it's more about like, think about someone who's afraid to be there, who has fears, and who the forest is bringing out those fears. So the forest itself, even if it's not a scary place to one person, it could be, they may feel lost. It may trigger the anxiety of being lost in the forest. It may be, scared of what is in there that could actually get you. So we're looking at two different energies of the excitement and the creative process, and the enjoyment of being in the forest, and what could possibly come from that. So like you look at that from manifestation, but also look at it from the fearful point of view. So what scares you, and what could happen that could go wrong, and such. And I think that that's what's happening within you as you're going through this process, which happens to a lot of us. So it's not to say that you're doing anything wrong. It's the process that, again, like the cycle of the process. So the up and down, like you feeling like you're going to be able to go ascend and go up, and the work that you put in, it's going to be like climbing the mountain and being able to reached the peak, but it's actually kind of happening in a cycle. The Temptation card, this is like devil energy here. So this talks about toxic patterns. And in this particular reading, I'm getting strongly that this is within yourself. And this has to do with trusting in yourself that there's doubt. You have cycles of doubt. You get the inspiration and you get the the energy to go forth and put the effort in to work on your manifestation, to work on whatever it is that you're aiming for. It's going to be different for everybody. And then you have those thoughts, or something may come up in your life and it may kind of get in the way, and then you get really frustrated and you feel like you're not going to have it. So it's a seesaw back and forth of very much one way being wanting it and putting in the effort for it, and then getting frustrated and then feeling very low and like you're not going to be able to attain it, or it's not coming to you. But it is. So this is a normal cycle. This is something that as you grow and as you get more confident in how what you're doing is actually working, that is going to make everything better. So I see somebody who is trying for sure, somebody who is just getting, and again, there could be things in your situation, in your people, some other energy. There's things that are going to stand in your way, like obstacles of whatever sort that might be. So it affects you more so because the process is taking longer or not looking the way that you thought it would look. But there is energy of actual manifestation and the rise to getting what you are setting your intentions to get. It's just a frustrating kind of a course here. That's what I'm seeing. I do want to pull some tarot as well. Let me see which deck I would like to use for this particular reading to kind of get some advice. I would say from these cards itself, before we pull that tarot, this is an inner type of a struggle, and believing in yourself is going to be quite important. Trusting in the process of the manifestation and kind of looking for different ways of seeing that you are actually making progress, because you are making progress. It's just this spiral here. It's just going around, and you are falling and then you're rising and then you're falling. Which is the normal way that these sorts of things work. It's not a straight line anywhere. So let's do the Tarot of the Abyss for this one. So I would like to see if there is some advice that we can get for pile number 1 on what is blocking them. Oop, we had one fly out. Okay, 3 of Swords. All right. Advice for what is blocking. A lot just came out. Let me look at these cards. So we have the King of Cups, the Chariot in reverse, Justice, and the 5 of Wands. Okay. Let's try to get these positioned, because these all definitely seem like they should be in this reading. So we have the 3 of Swords, the King of Cups, the Chariot in reverse, Justice in the upright, and then we have the 5 of Wands in the reverse. So this goes along with what we've been talking about. It does seem like the process has been difficult for you, and you're still going through difficult emotions and difficult just pain. So pain is showing up, and you don't feel with the Chariot in reverse. So I feel like you have tried to put yourself into it, and you are putting yourself into it. So you're emotional, you want something, and so you're going for it. And so you're trying to stand in your power, and you're trying to, from a deep point in within yourself, really make something happen. But you hit a point where it feels like it's just never going to happen. Like you don't see the movement. But it's more of just little delays. And the reason that I say that, again, is that you have the Justice card. That's a good card for a spread like this. You will get to where you are wanting to go. You will be able to manifest. I think that the takeaway from what these cards as the advice in the tarot are saying is, you're kind of, again, so we have like the Five of Wands in reverse. You don't want to fight as hard anymore, or the feeling of fighting for it in itself is kind of holding you back a little bit. And what I mean by that is kind of what I said before, how if you're going to, like, I feel like it's an internalizing type thing. And yes, you're fighting for it and you don't want to fight for it anymore. But if you're able to look at what's actually coming in for you, and the fact that you are actually making the progress, and you truly believe in yourself that you can do this, and that you will get to what you want to get to. Maybe it's not going to be quite in the way that you thought that it was going to be. So with the Five of Wands in reverse, try to look at how you are manifesting, and how, like, are you trying to stick to a plan specifically and fighting for something that might not actually be how, it's not the only way that you can get there. So understand that things don't have to go exactly as you think. And things aren't going to look exactly as you think that they will. And once you're able to get into a point where you can kind of balance your, the feeling, like your frustrations, and also being able to bring in the lighter aspects of, like, you can see what you're doing and you have the power to do this, and getting more confidence in being able to actually do that, it's going to get easier. You will be able to manifest. It's just the block has to do with actual obstacles within your life, and then letting that kind of, it's affecting you pretty greatly. And there's going to be different reasons for that for everybody. But you're really trying to power through and get to where you're going. It's I feel like you're trying to heal from something all along the way, which is going to make it a little bit more difficult. But you're making progress. You're making progress, and it's beautiful. So detach yourself from any kind of negative spiraling thinking when things go wrong, and little blockages come forward, and power through it. That's what I'm really getting for this. Good luck on your journey. And if you did resonate with this, please like, subscribe, share with anybody that you would think that needed to hear the message. I appreciate any kind of support that I am getting as a brand new channel. If you resonated with any other of the cards, please go ahead and select that timestamp down in the description box if this is where I leave you. Thank you so much for being here, and have a blessed day. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose the card of the King, this is your reading. So let's go ahead and see what you got. So you have the card of Perseverance, Deception, and Envy, Cardinal. So this is investigation, bravery, and pioneering spirit. The badger and ginkgo. Healing wounds. The rainbow. The base chakra. And your final card of Imam Koli root. Wow. Okay, so I don't know if you watched the shuffling of these, picking out all of the readings. I believe that this was actually the deck that I was shuffling, and I was shuffling for pile 1, but this card fell onto pile 2. So I got the message that it was for pile 2. And you have 2 root cards. So your base chakra is your root chakra. So that's the chakra that is where you sit, like your tailbone, the lowest chakra. That pretty much is your connection to like the eternal world and the external world. So what grounds you. So there's a very big, your blockage definitely has to do with that. So let's look into the overall message of the reading. The card that you chose was the King card. So if you think about the King in tarot, you know, that's one of the powerful cards when it comes to the court cards. And when you look at the energies that come through when it's of a lower vibration, we'll say that, when it comes in as reverse or unbalanced, we get like ego sorts of issues and power struggles and like somebody who misuses their power, basically. And because the root chakra are here twice, these things have to do with your environment as well. So I'm picking up that there is something in your environment that is causing this, that is making things difficult for you. Somebody, some sort of situation that has caused you pretty significant pain. Okay, so we also have the deception and envy card. It is in reverse, but I'm highly picking up that there is an energy within your energy field, basically, like your external energy field, that is not, it's just not a healthy one. We'll put it that way. It's not something that is fair. It's not something that is healthy. It's something that affects those around them. So this is a very strong reading of, you know, you have Cardinal. Cardinal has come out several times in the past couple readings that I have done, just throughout this last few weeks. And that's the card of bravery. It's the first card. Cardinal signs in astrology are the first cards in the season. I mean, the first signs within each season. So I feel like you are having to kind of step up. And I don't think, because you have like the pioneering spirit and the first card of, or the first sign of that sort of energy, like you're stepping in and you're seeing some things that are not quite right. And maybe you're one of the only individuals who see this and are willing to speak about this, or just are aware of it, and there's an injustice feeling here. Like it's something external to you that is really creating a difficult situation for you. You have the perseverance card. So this is not an easy sort of a situation, and you're having to do a lot of work or take on like energy that's not your own. For those of us who are sensitive to other people's energies, it's even more difficult. Everybody is affected by other people. Everybody, from a sliding scale. But the people who are more aware and the people who are more sensitive to energies are just affected more deeply. And I see that happening here. So it's kind of like you've seen something and you can't unsee it. And you wouldn't be able to unsee it anyways, because there's a situation that's causing you difficulty. It's making your life or situation harder. Now, this could be a job, this could be a relationship, this could be anything. It's not really, these cards aren't telling me specifically anything, so I think this is a general for everybody who picked the King and pile 2. I think it's like a general reading, excuse me, because it's different for each person. So the card of the Badger and Healing Wounds. You have definitely had this situation, this individual, whatever this is, it has affected you negatively. If we're talking about a person, so if this is a person who you are in any sort of relationship, family member, friend, relationship partner, if there are somebody who are living with out of their ego, out of their shadow, not aligned, not balanced, and throwing everybody else off balance, it causes so much pain for the people around them. There are definitely people who will resonate with that for this reading. There's also those who will resonate with the kind of like a corrupted system type of a thing. So feeling blocked because in your job you're not paid what you're supposed to be paying, or there's somebody like you being able to excel in your job or get promotions or things like that, like it's not happening. It's this sort of an energy too. So it's like the system kind of being just unaligned and blocking you. So it's going to be different for everybody. But because the root chakra has come through twice, or root itself, what I am getting is the need to heal and ground yourself and do this in a way that is sort of routine for you. Now, I would suggest looking into meditation for releasing energy and balancing your root chakra. You could do meditation. This also talks about like, it could be within yourself. So this could be the foods that you're eating, trying to just maintain a balance within your own body as well. So your body, your mind, and also it affecting positively the world around you. So like as within, so without type of a thing. So, and having the rainbow card and the healing card next to each other, what I'm getting here is you may have been affected really negatively. This may have been a traumatic situation. This may have been an individual who has caused significant damage to you internally. So speaking to a professional, some of you may need to do what you can and try to kind of heal yourself in the ways that you have been wounded. But with the rainbow card, I feel like you're already kind of on that path. And the perseverance card, you're actually making movement in areas that you need to make movement. But the block is still here. And trusting in yourself and trusting that you're going to be able to do what you need to do. It's going to be different for everyone again. You know, whether it's the emotional, the mental like side of things where you're going to need to, I'm getting a lot. I'm getting a whole lot. I'm going to be honest. This pile is for a large amount of people. The message is coming through for a large amount of people. Your mental health, your physical health, grounding yourself will help you in all of those things. And then making choices to eat and to do activities that are going to help those things. So again, I would look into meditation for your root chakra, how to heal that. That is one thing that anybody that is reading this pile could benefit from. With the deception and the envy card here, I feel like you need to kind of be applauded. So you've seen something that was corrupt, that was false, that was whatever it is. Somebody or something operating in a way that is hindering others around them, or, you know, others within the situation, whatever it is. I feel like you need to be applauded because you have gotten to a point where it's like you see it, you know it, and you want what's right. And so you want to move in that direction, and you are moving in that direction. So again, I would look into the meditation and kind of listen to your body and your mind, like whatever you need, if it's the mental side, if it's the whatever it is, to get yourself through healing. And also it's going to be different for everybody for how to get out of this situation. And it's a situation that it seems like you need to get out of. Or maybe you have gotten out of it and you're dealing with the aftermath. For some of you, that's it. But blocking, a lot of you are still going to be in this situation. So if it's a job, doing what you can to kind of to find another one, to level up yourself in education, whatever it is, the perseverance. I feel like some of you already are doing this, to be able to get out of that situation and heal more fully once you're out. Because if you're in a situation with somebody or something that is affecting you in this way, you can do some healing while you're in the situation, but the most is going to be once you've gotten out of it. And this is the kind of situation that is going to need healing once you are out of it. Like, for sure. Let me go ahead and look. I'm going to pull some tarot cards. What deck am I going to be using? I'm going to do the L Goliath Tarot. This is a deck that I actually use for like shadow work a lot. And I feel like we are dealing with somebody's shadow here. So let's see, can we get some advice? Advice for pile 2. Advice for pile 2 on the blockages in their lives. Let's see. Death in reverse. The caution and masks. Okay. So, for those of you dealing with an individual, um, these cards, I can't believe these cards came out together. So, the death in reverse. This is kind of like a situation where, again, I was getting the sense that like you needed to distance yourself no matter what the situation is, if it's a person or if it's a job or if it's, whatever it is. It's an external thing that needs to end, but I don't think that it's going to end. So if it's a person, I don't necessarily think that they are going to be able to heal their own wounds and not be a toxic individual. The caution and masks. So when you're dealing with a person who is living out of their ego, living out of their shadow, it's one of those people who they live in a false reality for themselves. They lie to themselves and throw all of their toxic bullshit onto other people, to try to make themselves look like they are not who they are, or they can't live with themselves because nobody would be able to live with themselves if they looked at themselves as to what they do. So this is somebody who will not look at their shadow. This is someone living out of their shadow and will not look at it. It again is also talking about, for some people, maybe a corporation or just the imbalance of a workplace or situation that you yourself can't change. You can't change the way that it is. So distancing yourself is the way to do it. And it's caution. So it's not one of those things that you can fight necessarily, but you can get yourself out of it. That is the what is coming through here for your advice. You can stand up for yourself and have your own boundaries, and for you to be able to heal or just get yourself through on to the next part of your journey. But this is a big warning, kind of like, if it's a person, if it's like a corporation, there's nothing that you can necessarily do to fix those things, but you can absolutely do what you need to ground yourself, to better yourself, and to get yourself out of the situation. So very strong message, that is for many people, I'm getting. So if you resonated with this, please do the YouTube things, like, share, subscribe. If you believe that there is somebody who needs to hear this message, go ahead and share that with them so that the message can get out to the individuals that it is needing to get out to. As a new channel, the reach is not very large right now, and the messages that I get are actually very big messages. And in time, I know that they will get to who they need to get to, but that is why I have made this channel, because I knew that I was getting messages that people needed to hear. So please share. Please do. I appreciate any support that you give. Thank you for listening to this message. If you did resonate with any of the other piles, go ahead and select the pile timestamp that you wanted to choose. If this is where I leave you, thank you so much again, and I hope that you have a blessed day. Hello, pile number 3. If you picked the card of the river, this is your reading, so let's go ahead and get into it. So your first card is the card of imagination. Your second card is the card of Venus. Give and receive love, find value, and see beauty. Your next card, the skunk and the magnolia. And it has protection. You have the card of completion. The card of transits that has climate. The card of awareness, which is in reverse. And your last card, the card of rest and rejuvenation. Okay. All right. So let's look at this reading as a whole, and let's see, kind of dive in. It looks like for your blockages, the river is the card that is talking about, river is water. So we have a lot of emotional sorts of energies when it comes to that card. And the high and then the low vibration, the two oppositions, when it's in a higher vibration, it's a healthy sense of emotional fulfillment, emotional being able to regulate, being able to reflect, being able to kind of navigate your emotions very well. When it's not in alignment and when it's in a lower vibration, it's like not being able to navigate, like it's being overwhelmed. It is being like, think about too much water, too many emotions, and not being able to kind of navigate that for different reasons, and it really truly negatively affecting somebody. So as I'm looking at all of the cards together, I get a sense of needing to give to yourself. So I feel like there is a misalignment here and an ungrounded feeling when it comes to your emotions, and a need to heal and a need to really put something back into yourself. So we have the completion card here. The completion card talks about, cycles, and because it's coming into completion, I feel like there's something new possibly that's kind of rocked your boat, that's kind of made things a little bit uneasy and unstable. So the card of transits here, when we're talking about transits in astrology, transits are always changing, and this is like the planetary movement that it comes and goes within your chart, and within the astrology as it's changing, and it's something that you have no control over. So these are, new people coming in, new energies coming through, and you can't control what these are. And I kind of get the sense in this reading that things have changed in your life, and it's in a way that you are not used to kind of dealing with yet, and it's overwhelmed you to the point where you're kind of at an imbalance within your emotions. This could be a person coming in. This could be, a situation. Maybe you've changed job, maybe you moved, maybe, there's just an unstable energy that's in your environment, or close to you, or, as a whole in a collective. This could even be that. So what I'm really getting is the need to kind of look into your emotions and see what it is that's causing you kind of the stress. Is it something that's external? Like, is your job doing this? Is there a family member or a loved one or a friend who is close to you that has something new has happened and it's affecting you in a way like this? Venus is a feminine energy, and it's the need to kind of to give back to yourself. So there's a lack here. And with the protection, it's like you have walls up, possibly because of the changes and just the uncertainty. And a lot of different things are coming through as what it could be. So it's going to be different for everybody. But it's definitely a mind and emotion type of a thing that you're not feeling settled with. So, and with the rest and rejuvenation, like there's healing that needs to happen too. So whatever has changed, or whatever has occurred, or maybe you see that the change is coming and so you're kind of bracing for it type of a thing, and it's just setting you off as like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of unknown that is in this. You just feel misaligned, and it's almost like you don't feel like you cannot, like you can handle something. So when we talk about balancing like every sort of chakra, any of that could help with this for sure. Taking time for yourself, giving yourself what you need, whatever it is, talking about it. Whatever it is for you, try to figure out what you're feeling the most anguish over. There some of the people who tuned in for the River card, this is a relationship that just ended, and it's kind of like the aftermath of that. So you're trying to deal with what happened and the change of your life that happened because of it. So that's like a heavier energy, but you're trying to work through that, and your boat is rocked. Everything is just different. So it's taking time to get used to what is in here now. Now, if this is a new person or a new situation, with time, it will get a little bit better once you are able to ground yourself. But grounding yourself is a really big need here. And I feel like the best way of doing that is you need to give yourself what you're missing. So there are some of you that are going to resonate with this reading that feels like the lack of love and the lack of support. And knowing that you can give yourself anything that you think that someone else can give you, that is big. So doing things that make you happy, doing things that are going to raise your confidence within yourself. It's things like that it's going to be different for each person. But I'm strongly getting just like the need to, like, this is like in your head type of things. So this is the things that you tell yourself, or the things that you aren't getting from the outside, and need to kind of give yourself at the moment. And also I get a picking up the pieces type of a feeling too. So whatever happened, whatever situation has brought you to this, feeling like you are kind of having to deal with the aftermath, maybe alone, which is a difficult kind of a energy. So let me pull. I would like to get some tarot. Let me see. I think I'm going to use light Seers. So let me get this deck out so that we can kind of look into advice. So advice from the universe on this blockage. For pile number 3, please. Advice for pile number 3. Four of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles reverse. Advice, please. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, and the Seven of Wands. I still feel like we need one more. Can I get one more for advice? The Ace of Pentacles. Oh, and then we had something come out below that, so let's see. The Five of Cups. Okay. Lots of pentacles, guys. So this is, and pentacles don't necessarily have to mean monetary or it's whatever kind of gives you abundance and whatever makes you feel grounded and it could definitely be for some of you, it absolutely is having to do with your work and your home life. That being unstable. So what we see here is the same sorts of energy. Four of Pentacles can talk about like holding on, like kind of a protective type thing, which we had come through with the skunk card. So something has happened where you're feeling the need to do that. Like you almost feel as though everything is kind of rocky just because of whatever happened here. And the Three of Pentacles reversed, I feel like you do feel like you're alone. I feel like you're having to do a lot, which again would kind of go into why the universe would be saying like you need to refill yourself and your emotional well-being right now. You're overwhelmed. You have reason to be, your feelings are valid, but there still is a need for balance. And the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, what I'm getting from these is, it's kind of a slow go. Whatever has happened, the journey back to stability has been slow. It is not going to come. That's important. It will be coming. It's just there's kind of like a delay. So it will be coming. We have the Ace of Pentacles at the very end. This will be stability, and with the Seven of Wands and the Five of Cups in reverse, you know, you're feeling whatever has changed. It's like you put up a block and you're disappointed in the changes that have happened. You are not feeling like you're kind of, you're in a way, it's like focusing on the loss. So the advice here is to kind of, you know, look for what is going to be coming and work towards what is going to be coming, and focus on that instead of focusing on all of the crazy whatever has gone on, and that will help you in a sense of your emotional well-being as well. So grounding yourself, healing from what situation that you have just been through, getting acquainted to your surroundings and to like the energies that are around you now and what is in your immediate life right now, kind of getting acquainted to it, not putting your guard down in a way where you're, you know, you don't have to have boundaries. Everybody needs to have boundaries, but doing so in a little bit of a healthier way to where you can move forward. So it's not making it to where it's stagnant. But it's kind of like something happened that threw you off course a little bit, or you felt like it's throwing you off course, but it's just taking you to a different area that you might not have thought you were going in, but you are going there. And your beginning, a new sense of stability is there. It's at the end of the road. You could see it. You just have to keep going down your journey. So working on the things that mentally will give you more stable, like a more stable feeling, journaling your feelings, um, journaling for like listing out the positive things that you have to look forward to when you get into a situation where you're feeling low. So if you're feeling the disappointment and if you're feeling the stagnation of that, what are you aiming towards and what do you have and where have you been able to bring yourself so far to get closer to that? That's what I'm getting. So good luck with everything. And if you resonated, please let me know. Do the YouTube things like, share, subscribe. And thank you so much for watching this reading. I will see you in the next one.